So I'm just doing my last big block of training before I head off and do my solo jog event. And that pretty much signifies or marks the starting point of my build to my 2024 Tour de France challenge.
In the stillness somewhere above, the city lights, you're falling in love. Still aware, you know it is true, that you are lost and this is a clue. Love is forever, love is forever. To believe you gotta let go. Light as a feather, light as a feather. Lose a dream, you know the Tokyo. Love is forever, love is forever. Gotta let go. Love is forever, love is forever. Gotta let go. With the music still in your ears.
Just dawned on me while I was having coffee that this particular ride was the ride I was going to do before I got knocked off my bike, and luckily got away with a few scratches and maybe a bit of a dead front tooth. But that was the ride my previous BMC got absolutely trashed. I think on reflection, the more I speak about it with people, the more I realise I was super lucky to get away with just the few bumps and bruises that I had. Right, back from my ride, I had a spot of lunch, which was delicious, and then I cleaned the bike down, which is something I always do after a ride, because I think it's important to just check the tyres, make sure that the bike's come back in good order so that you're ready to ride it the next day. I always get a bit of stick from people saying, oh, you always look after your bike, but frankly, I think spending 4 or 5 minutes after a ride just making sure that it's in good order is a really good thing to do. I've seen plenty of people ride their bikes out and have punctures and all those sort of things because they just haven't bothered. So important. So what I thought I'd also do is talk about some of the kit that I've put on the bike since the accident, and I think it's really good to discuss it. So the first thing I did when I went out, because I used to have a light on the front of the bike, but it was, you know, not very good, and I decided I'd go out and buy one of these Garmin lights. I'll put a link down to the bottom of the video of exactly which one it is, but it is super bright, and I've had drivers turn around to me and say, that's really bright, you know. And I think the answer to that is, did you see me? And they can always, well, they always say yes, they did see me, job done in my book. The other thing I got was, I've had a Fly 6 in the past, rear light, but frankly, after 4 hours duration, it's pointless for someone like me who rides long bike rides, so anything over 10 hours. And I came across a company called MagicShine, who've just started out selling one of these, and these things last for ages. Their website, and I still can't get my head around it, says that one of these will last about 110 hours, which is like, how will that do that? I still haven't tested it over that long, but the jog will definitely give it a decent test. The cool thing about this is that it does at least last 10 hours, I know that for fact, and it's really bright, so, you know, I can be seen from the back of the bike, which is important. And the other thing is, because it keeps recording over those 10 hours, if someone passes me close, I'm sending them straight to the police. And here in Devon, we have a system that we can send in any footage, and they really do prosecute. And then finally, what I was going to chat about is my kit that I ride in. So I've just gone back to BioRacer and asked them to give me some lighter summer kit. I'm going to be honest, I think I've ordered the wrong size. I've gone a size too small, and you know, I can fit it just, but I need to go one size up. It's totally my fault. I thought that maybe that I'd be able to fit it in the other kit. I'm the same size, but this is a race fit, but it's so nice. It's so light, and it's designed for the summer. But do you know what? I like the Bar Racer kit. Their bib shorts are amazing. I've ridden 120 miles, 30 miles all the way around the island in Mallorca in them, never got rubbed in them, so they are so good. And the other thing I ride with is aftershocks. Now I like these because you can hear things coming around you. I used to ride with earbuds in, and they were great, but let's face it, if a car came past you and you had the music up a little bit too loud, I used to jump out my skin. So these are brilliant because I can have the music on at a medium volume or even high volume, and I can still hear cars coming behind me, which is really important for safety. Now, I don't use these very regularly. On my long rides, what I tend to do is have no music at all, but there are moments sometimes where I feel like I need a bit of motivation or something just to distract me, and I'll listen to podcasts or listen to some music on these. But I think having bone conductors, they don't need to be aftershock. I'm not sponsored by them, but having something like a bone conductor earpiece allows you to listen to what's going on around you, so they are way safer than they would be by sticking in earpods. And then the other thing I have are these Supernovas from Q glasses. Now, I always find it really hard to find glasses that fit me because I've got quite a small face, and I still don't think these are brilliant, if I'm really honest, for the size of my face, but they're the best ones I've found. And why I like these is because they don't have rim across the top, which I often find obstructs your view, especially if you're tucking down trying to stay away from the wind. You end up finding that you just don't have very much to look out of if it's got a rim to it. So by having no rim at all allows you to have full vision right across the top. And lastly, someone asked me, what's that pink thing in the back of your jersey? Well, actually, it's a Muc Off BAM canister, which helps fill your tyre up full of gunk again, and actually it's pretty good. I've tried these before, and when I've had a puncture and I've lost a little bit of pressure, and they're brilliant at inflating the tyre. And I've also added one of these onto the side of it, because if I get a puncture on the tyre and I can fix it with a plug, these things can be pretty genius. Right, that's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's just a little catch up really to sort of say where I'm at with my training. I feel like I'm in a good place. After France, when I wasn't feeling great, I gotta be honest, I was thinking, am I ready for the jog? And I think I am. I've done a lot of training this year and I feel pretty strong on the bike. So it's good to get this volume week out just to sort of cement it in my head, get a bit of confidence. But yeah, do you know, I think I'm ready to give the jog as a solo attempt a crack. I hope you like this video. I'm gonna try and film as much as I can when I do the jog. And I tell you what, that's not far away. Anyhow, I'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers.